Okay, we are live, and I assume it's morning in winter, so maybe some students have not even waken up. So, okay, assuming that, maybe they will see the video later on. So, first of all, the topic for today is 3D geometry. I notified you guys on the Telegram group, and I sent you the notification as well. You guys can check it out, and you can watch it out later on, and even share it with your friends as well. So quickly, guys, tell me how is the quality of our broadcast and how are you liking us out of 10? So starting from 1 to 10, you can rate it us and tell me how your preparation for exam going on. Have I been able to help you out from reaching to level 1 to level 2 or level 2 to level 3? Or how is everything going on? And if it is not 3, then why it is 2? Let me know the reason. I'm going to help you out. And if you are the reason, you are going to help yourself out. Okay. So give yourself a reality check, a quick reality check, and just let yourself know that which level are you on out of the three levels. Is it level 3, is it level 2, or is it level 1? Okay, now let's just move forward. We have the topic 3D geometry today. In 3D geometry, we'll cover about points, lines, planes. We'll do questions of past year as well. I hope this is going to be a productive video for you all. It is going to be a one-shot video, and I'll try to cover most of the syllabus here, and let's see how it goes. Let's assume it's going to be very fine. Now whenever we are going to study anything, we are going to know that how many questions are being asked in mains. Is that even come, does that topic even come in your paper, or you're just going to waste your time? So obviously this topic comes in your paper. The trend has been like 2 to 1 question have always been asked from 3D geometry coming. In fact, you can say two questions, because one question is from points, vectors, and that also comes in 3D geometry. So if you know 3D geometry very well, then you can just go with it. And I'll tell you what, in 3D geometry there is no tricks. Only thing is needed, you need to get your basics clear, get your theory part clear. For three, in you say that in math theory is not needed, but in 3D geometry theory is needed. When you are clear with your theory, when you know that these lines are parallel and this theorem is going to be applied, when you that this thing is perpendicular, this is going to be applied, you are good to go. There is no change. Every question is of the same type in 3D geometry. The one thing you need to know is the theory part. The theory part is very important in 3D geometry, so I will emphasize right now on that, and you guys should study it very well. You should analyze everything and just make notes so well that when these condition will come, I'm going to use this condition, and when this condition come, I'm going to use this condition. Okay, so remember the conditions. You have to make the notes. Notes is very important. You can go through the PDF material, you can look forward, and you have to attend the webinar very attentively here. Okay, if you are getting plus 8 marks in your JEE from one topic, then why to just waste that plus 8 marks? Why to convert it into minus 2, or why to just leave it into 0? You have your goal at plus 8 for today. Okay, any question from 3D geometry, you're gonna do this. Okay, promise me, guys. Now let's move forward. So what is the need? Why do we have to study 3D geometry? Now let's see. We always do things in 2D geometry. About straight lines, we did about points, distance formula, section formula, anything, circle, triangle, everything is going to be not 2D geometry form. But here comes a 3D geometry form, and I tell you what, 3D geometry, when you are studying vector, it is just a part of it. Okay, x, y, z. Z is the axis coming out or coming in, the negative z. Okay, now when you are talking like this, you need to know about the 3D space. And when you're talking about 3D space, there comes out to be different aspects. 2D geometry is going on, and plus some formulas for the 3D geometry. Okay, this is how you get to the 3D geometry. Now quickly, like, I hope you have understand that why do we need to study 3D geometry whenever we have to enhance. In even in coding as well, we study about the for example, we study about the dynamic programming. There also we use the 3D matrix. Okay, matrix, I know you know we 1D 2D. There also we use 3D matrix. So 3D is an add-on. It is not an add-on, basically it is the need, it is the requirement, and everyone should study 3D geometry. It's quite easy. All you need is just to focus and pay attention here, guys. Okay, now let me tell you what is distance formula. You must be knowing about 2 points and all. Then still I'm going to write the formula so that you're going to make the screenshots, we're going to make the notes. And I tell you what, instead of taking screenshots, you need to note down, because when you note down, you memorize things. So when you will look back to your notes, the thing will be recalled very very easily. Okay, so I suggest you guys to make notes by your copy pen. So take out your copy and pen and write it down right now. So how is the distance given? So we have given these 3 points. Let's just see. This is x1. Okay, x1, y1, z1. This is point x2, y2, z2. And how is the distance given? The distance formula is given here. You know, everyone knows the 2D geometry form, that is the x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. But here we will use z2 minus z1 square too. That is going to be the distance formula for 3D geometry. Whenever we have been given the point which is in 3D space, this is the distance formula you're going to use. Okay, now let's move forward. We have the section formula here. Okay, and I tell you guys what, whenever we are giving the time that this is the webinar timing, you need to come on time, because when you will miss it out na, in live session it is going waste for you, because you should complete the whole session. You cannot afford to miss first part and then you're coming in between. No, this is not going to happen. The person who is studying from start, that is going to be more productive, that is going to be more useful webinar for him or her. Okay, so I suggest all of you to come on time. Okay, and obviously starting in live is very very different than watching the recordings. So let me just tell you, whenever there are live webinars of any subject by any teacher, you need to attend that webinar on time. Now telling you about the section formula. So we have here the point, that is a, let's see, x1, y1, z1. We have point b, that is x2, y2, z2, and it is dividing into the ratio m is to n. So simple thing, just like we do in 2D geometry, we are going to do it like that. We have this formula, that is m. Whenever we have section thing, you need to remember the term crisscross. Crisscross, it just makes you easy the formula. So m into x2 plus n into x1, that is m into x2, n into x1. So m is to n. It's like crisscross. Okay, n into x1 upon m plus n. For the y coordinate, we have my2 plus ny1 upon m plus n. We have mz2 plus nz1 upon m plus n. Okay, this is going to be the formula. But this is what? This is the internal section. This is the internal section, guys. Okay, but when we have the external, then what does it become? Here comes minus, 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 minus. So this is the difference. When external section formula is there, then we write it minus, because it is obviously, I have told you in the last webinar only, this is the continuation of that webinar. So from that, you know, whenever we have that point outside the line segment, that is going to be for example, this is point A, this is point B. So this is the ratio, m, and this is the ratio n. Okay, so this is why we use negative of n here in the formula whenever we have external section formula. Okay, now talking about the centroid, everyone knows about the centroid, that is x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3. So here we have 3 coordinates. Simple thing, we will write x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3, comma z1 plus z2 plus z3 by 3. Okay, so these are the 3 coordinates, and these are the 3 coordinates of a point for a centroid. Whenever we talk about centroid of a triangle in a 2D geometry, this is only limited to x and y. Okay, but here we will talk about 3. We're talking in the 3D space. Okay, so that is why we will use z1 also here. So we will use z1 plus it. Hi Sabavat, Praveen, hi. Good morning everyone, and I hope you're enjoying this session. You are being able to understand everything. Whenever you have any problem at any point, you can just comment down right now that ma'am, this has to be repeated and I need to know it. Okay, so I'll just repeat it. Now talking about the centroid, we have these points x1 plus x2 by 3, and what is the extra add-on? That is z1. Okay, z1 is the add-on point, because z1 we are talking about the 3D space. How you will imagine 3D space in your mind whenever you talk about the coordinates. So visualization should be easy. So you can take the example of your wall. So whenever this is a wall, so you need to see that this is the y-axis, this is the x-axis, and this is the z-axis. So the line that is going with the flow, that is z axis, this is y axis, and this is x axis. Okay, so this is how you can visualize the 3D space. You can also do it with the pens. What you can do it with the pens, let me use these pens. So here we have this axis as x, this axis as y, okay, and this axis as z, okay. So z is something like this. So it is coming outwards, it is positive z axis. It is coming downward, it is negative z axis. Similarly, if we have this is negative y axis. This side we have the negative x axis, okay. So this is how you can imagine it by 3-pin. The 3-pin thing is used very widely in physics. You will use it there. You will need to find out whenever you have to find out the directions. There are so many rules, the left hand rule, the thumb rule, and everything. Thumb rule, we don't need to use the pen there, but in Fleming's rule we have to use the pens there. So you will get familiar for using the pens there only. You will also use fingers also. You can use it like this. So I remember that was about uh, okay, so you can just use it. So now let's just move forward. We have talked about the centroid, we have talked about this. Now what you're talking about? Okay, so guys, for any update about our channel, about our videos, about our live sessions, announcement, discounts and prices, you can scan this code right now. We will notify you, we can send you notifications, we can send you about our doubts and anything we want from you, from your feedback even. So you can send your feedback, you can get to know about our discounts and prices, you can get to know about our announcements, about our free classes, PDF materials. So all the free access thing, even the paid access, everything is being notified on this group. So it is free of cost. You can just scan the code and get yourself added to our Telegram channel. I will be waiting for you guys to join. And let me know if you have joined. You can just comment down that yes ma'am, I have joined the channel. Okay. Now talking about the direction cosine. Okay, what is direction cosine? So we always see the direction cosine. We have the graph as this, and obviously we take the angles in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so whenever we have this vector, that is p vector, okay, we have the vector p. So this is x axis, this is y axis, this is z axis. So this angle can be taken as alpha, this angle can be taken as beta, and this angle can be taken as gamma. Okay, so this is how you can take the angles, but these angles are taken in anti-clockwise direction, as you can see. So these angles, okay. Now what is the direction cosine? Direction cosine is basically tells you the direction of a vector, and you can just let us know that direction cosine is basically cos alpha. That is the cos alpha is the direction cosine from x axis. We have cos beta, that is from y axis. We have cos gamma, that is from z axis. Okay, so what you can say that if any line makes alpha beta gamma with positive direction of x y z axis, then cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are called as direction cosines. Okay, direction cosines. And how is it represented? The representation is being done by L is the with the x-axis, m is with y-axis, and n is okay. So this can be written as that L, m, and n. And what is said that L square plus m square plus n square is equals to 1. Okay. So this is the direction cosine. Whenever we have L square plus m square plus n square is equals to 1, this is the, whenever we have been given the L and m and the direction cosine, we can use this and we can get solutions so many times. Okay. So this is about the direction cosine. Now telling you about the I hope this direction cosine is clear to you all. So alpha is the angle with the x-axis with the vector, the y-axis is beta, and gamma is with the z-axis. Okay, and when we take cos of all these angles, it becomes the direction cosine. As the name suggests, as the angle says, it is for direction, and we are taking cos of that angle, so it is becoming direction cosine. So you can easily remember that. Okay, and this is the L square plus m square n square is equal to 1. This is widely used in our question. It just help us. Okay, now one thing more. See, we have DRs, that is direction ratios. So direction ratios, how we can form direction ratio? It is very easy. ratio, it is not the simplified form, as it is saying that it is the ratio. So what we can say, the direction ratio of line segment joining the point, that is x1, y1, z1 and x2, y2, z2 are. So how you can say, you need to just get the difference of these points. Okay, so these are the direction ratios. So what are the drs here? The drs are x2 minus x1 upon y2 minus y1 upon comma z2 minus z1. Okay, so this is the direction ratio. Whenever you have been given the 2 points, you can find the direction ratio by getting the difference between those points. Hi Chandni, I hope you're doing okay and you have been able to understand all these topics. Okay, so the DRs, so basically what was DC? DC was basically, as the name suggests, direction cosine. It tells us the direction, that is about the angle, and cosine, that means the cos of that angle. So we can get the direction cosine thing, that is the cos of that angle. So direction cosine, and how is it represented? L, M and N, and L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1. This is the identity. You can use it anywhere for getting the values according to the question. Talking about the direction ratio, whenever you have been given the 2 points, you can find the direction ratio by getting the difference of those points. It will be widely used whenever you have been given the line in the form of x minus x1 upon a. So like that, you can just assume that this is lambda, so we can get x1 x point as a lambda plus x1. And similarly for another line you will do it, and when you will subtract the values, you will get the drs. Okay, this is just a flashback. Don't just go deep into it. I'll just explain it to you in detail very soon in this webinar only. So the DRs can be written as did whenever we have 2 points and there is a line segment joining this. So we just need to subtract that and we will get the DRs of that. Okay. Now what is said, that the equation of straight line that is passing through point A and obviously whose position vector is A and parallel to vector B. So how is this vector represented? Represented as A plus lambda B. Why is it so? Because whenever we have been given, see what it is saying here. The equation of a straight line, whenever we have this point passing through point A. So why is it said? Because whenever we have this vector, we have A plus lambda B. Okay. So this is showing the point, whereas this is showing the direction. Okay, now it is already given that this vector, that is vector B, is parallel to this vector. So direction is same, that is why this is going to be plus lambda B. And it is given that this is the position vector. So obviously it is going to be A plus lambda B. Now, guys, all of you who have just watched, subscribe it right now and let me know that you have subscribed the channel. Hit the like button of this video and get yourself subscribed to the channel right now. It's free, of course. Just subscribe it, guys. Whoever has come on the morning of winters and is studying, subscribe the channel. Okay, and it just motivate us to work for you. So I hope you have subscribed to the channel. Now before moving to the equation of plane, assuming that you guys have subscribed the channel, let me give you some bonus point and then we will move forward to the equation of plane. Okay, before moving to the plane, firstly I will tell you about some lines. Okay, so I hope you all know about these Q lines, but before moving to that I will give you some points. So let's just do that, those points first. You are you are sure about direction ratios. You got the about the line segment of whenever another vector is parallel to that. Okay, now we have another point, that is the equation of straight line is x minus x1 by a, this is given, y minus y1 by b is equals to z minus z1 by c. So what is here, that where what it is given, that x1 and y1 z1, these are the points. Okay, and what is a comma b comma c? A comma b comma c are the drs of it. Okay, so this is what it is given. Whenever we have been given the straight line, these x minus x1 y1 and z1 is a point, whereas the a b c is the drs. Just remember it, guys. These are the terms. A b c is the dr, it is not dc, it is the dr. And if you have to find the dc from it, how you will do it? Dc you will do it by just dividing it by the magnitude. So you will get the dc by under root a square plus b square plus c square. It is like a unit vector, b upon under root a square plus b square plus c square, and c upon under root a square plus b square plus c square. This is how you can get the dc, and drs is already given, so we have been given this equation, and x1 y1 z1 is a point, and a b c are the drs. Okay, now it's repeating it. Now we have another thing, that is I did not tell you the short form of this. You got to know about the terms, about the drs, what is drs, what is point. Okay, what something else that is left, that is equation of line that is passing through 2 point here. Okay, so we are passing through 2 point, that is a comma b, and position vector is given, whose position vector are vector a, vector b. How it can be said that we can get the point as the vector is equals to a plus lambda b minus a. Why we did that? Because we know how you get the value of dr. You get the value of dr by subtracting the points. Okay, so this is what it is used here. This is why you can form that this is the equation of line when you have been given the 2 points, and we have been given that these are the position vectors, so you can get the equation of line by this formula. One thing more, like this is the what you can say, this is the tomato ketchup. So you can eat tomato ketchup with any of your dishes. So that is why I'm saying that the equation of straight line passing through, this is the point given, that is x1 y1 z1 and x2 y2 z2. Okay, so equation of straight line when 2 points is given, just like that, you know that how you calculate the drs. You calculate the drs by subtracting the points, so and the denominator is the dr. So simple thing, x minus x1 point, and how you will get the drs by x2 minus x1. Everything is related to each other. Okay, when you got to know one thing, you will get to know another thing very easily. It is very simple. Okay, similarly we'll have y minus y1 upon y2 minus y1 is equals to z minus z1 upon z2 minus z1. Okay, so this is the direction ratios thing. Now we will move forward to the angle between the lines. Okay, so we know equation of a plane, but before moving to that, we will first cover the angle between lines. Okay, so here we have angle between the lines. So the line is given to be a1 b1 c1. Okay, a2 b2 c2. So how you get the angle between the line? That is going to be the numerator is going to be the dot product. Okay, we have a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 upon, will divide it by the magnitude, that is a1 square plus b1 square plus c1 square under root a2 square plus b2 square plus c2 square. Okay, now what is the, this is the angle between the lines, and now you know that what is the condition for lines to be perpendicular. Perpendicular means the angle between them is going to be 90 degree. So obviously the dot product is going to be 0. Okay, for perpendicular lines, the dot product is going to be 0. Why? Because the angle between them is 90 degrees. So when you take the dot product, you get the value of cos theta in that. Okay, a dot b is equals to ab cos theta, and when cos 90 degrees given, that means it is going to be 0. Okay, now talking about the skew lines. Okay, just a second. Okay, now we know what is skew lines and what is I tell you what is skew lines. Skew lines are not parallel lines. Q lines are some intersecting lines. They are just intersecting in any way, like 1, 2. These are the skew lines. Okay. So this can be given as this. Okay. These can be known as skew lines. Okay. Now, how you calculate the distance between those skew lines? You calculate the distance between those skew lines. For example, we have these lines, that is 1, that is 2. Okay, these are not even perpendicular and these are not even parallel. And you know what is the shortest distance between any line? That is the perpendicular distance between those lines. Okay, so when you're talking about skew lines, then also that is going to be the perpendicular distance between them. That is going to be the shortest distance between skew lines. Okay, so how you can call it as? You can name it as distance between skew lines and distance between two parallel lines. Now we know whenever we are talking about perpendicular, there that has to be the dot product. Is it clear? For example, we have this vector, that is b1, b2, and we have to find out this distance. How you will get? Obviously we will do the dot product here, simple thing. So how you will get the value? That is going to be this. For example, this is the line that is saying to be a1 plus lambda b1, and this is the line that is a2 plus lambda b2. Okay, so how you will get the distance, perpendicular distance between? You will get it by a2 minus a1 dot b1 cross b2 upon, we will divide it by the magnitude here. So b1 cross b2. Okay, so this is the magnitude, and this is how you will get the distance between skew lines. How you will get the distance between them? Because it is given to be a perpendicular distance. Okay, the perpendicular distance. So we have this vector b1, b2. This is the direction given, and we have to find the direction of perpendicular. So how you will get the perpendicular? You will do it by making the dot product from between those lines. Okay, so this is simple thing. Now we are talking about distance between parallel lines. So we have two parallel lines, and this is the distance between them. This is the distance between. How you will do? Simple, a2 minus a1 cross b upon mod of b. Okay, so this is the magnitude. Obviously we will do it the cross product with the unit vector of b direction. So the direction is same, so you will get the unit vector along the direction. What is the concept? That is, you have to get the unit vector along the direction. So obviously you will do the direction vector and divide it by the magnitude. So therefore you can get the unit vector along the direction. Okay, now talking about the equation of plane. Okay, talking about the equation of plane, we have one form of plane that is very popular, that is a x plus b y plus c z plus d equals to 0. In vector form, you can write it as, in vector form, it is written as r dot n is equals to p, where n, what is n? N is a vector perpendicular to plane. And in here, what is ABC? ABC are the DRs of normal to the plane. Simple thing. In this we are doing r dot n. So rn is a vector perpendicular to plane. In this we are doing ax plus by plus cz plus d is equals to 0. So here ABC is the dr, and it is of the normal to the plane. Okay, dr of the normal to the plane. This is how you will do the this is how you write the equation of plane. Okay, now what we know equation of a plane, that is, we have been given that this is the equation of plane, and in this equation of plane, what is ABC are the drs, and that is of the perpendicular, and r dot n is going to be, this is the vector form, and what is n here? N is the perpendicular vector, okay, to the plane. Now this is the condition. I'll tell you that this is the given thing, and how you will calculate the plane form, or how you will get the thing another form. Okay, So this is used in the question that this thing is given and find out the equation of plane. So whenever you have to think like that, you will just remember about the theory that whatever was given, how you will calculate that. And whenever you will practice, you will get to remember those things very easily. Okay. So we have been given that the equation of line, the equation of plane, sorry, we're talking about plane. So this is the point, and normal is given as, and whose normal has drs a, B, C. Okay. So how is the equation of given plane given? Same thing, guys. Same thing. Because here we were given ax plus by. We know that I told you that ABC is going to be the dr, and here it is given that ABC is going to be the dr. And equation of plane is passing through point x1, y1, z1. How you must have done in your straight line? What you have done? X minus x1 upon a. So similarly here we have ax plus by. So similarly same procedure we'll do a x minus x1 plus b y minus y1 plus c z minus z1. Okay, this is going to be the equation of plane when you have been given a 1 point and we have been given the normal. Okay, this is why you can find, this is how you can form the equation of plane. Okay, now before moving, let's just do some more thing. So in this question, in this just a second, in this condition a point was given. Okay, dr was given, so you find out the equation like this. Okay, now in another condition what we have been given, now what is the another condition, that is the equation of plane. You have to find the equation of line passing through. We have been given three non-collinear points. So we have been given three non-collinear points, and that is a x1, y1, z1, b, x2, y2, z2, c, x3, y3, z3. Okay, so now quickly guess that how you will find out the equation of plane when we have been given three non-collinear points, guys. So no worries, this is very simple. All you have to do is find the determinant of x minus x1, xy minus y1, z minus z1. Okay, this has, okay, so here we have this determinant that is saying x minus x1, y minus y1, z minus z1. We have x2 minus x1, we have y2 minus y1, we have z2 minus z1, we have x3 minus x1, y3 minus y1, subtracting y1, z1, first coordinate from everywhere. So we have z3 minus z1. And what is it going to be equal to? It is going to be equal to 0 here. Okay. So what do we have here is, we have x minus x1, y minus y1, z minus z1. Similarly, for we have for all the other points, that is x1, x2, y, x3. So we did it for x minus x1, then x2 minus x1, x3 minus x1. So this is the term when we this is the condition when we will apply when we will have three non-collinear points. We have three non-collinear points and you have to find the equation of plane. So how you will find out the equation of plane when you have been given three non-collinear points? You will find it by this method. Okay. Now we will talk about the intercept forms. We will talk about the intercept form. So I just want to cover everything so that you don't need to, do another theory part. Just one video and you are good to go. So I'm covering all the theory here. So we know intercept form. This you already know if you have watched the last webinar. You know these about these straight lines. So equation of plane passing through point that is given a comma 0 comma 0, 0 comma b comma 0. We have 0 comma 0 comma c. So how is the equation of plane form? That is x upon a plus y upon b plus z upon c is equals to 1. So this is how you can form the equation of plane when you have been given the intercept, that is a comma 0 comma 0. We have 0 comma b comma 0 and we have 0 comma 0 comma c. Okay, so this is how you can form the equation of plane here. I hope this is very clear. You have seen this in a straight line as well. This is just an extension of that. We have z upon c also here. In that only you need to know. You have studied it in two intercept form, double intercept form. We used x plus x upon a plus y upon b is equals to 1. But here we have z also, so we'll use z upon c is equals to 1. Okay. So this is just the extension of that. Now, done with this. Now, equation of plane I already told you. Now what we will do is we will tell you about the intersection of planes. You know about the intersection of line. Now I'll tell you about the intersection of plane. Just just try to understand everything very quickly, okay? And try to remember the things. This is the key of 3D geometry. Understand the things, don't memorize. Understand the things, it will memorize it on your own. Okay, don't try to just what is said, don't try to become a rattu tota that you just learned all those formulas and that is it. No, just watch the videos, learn the concept, then you will get to know about the formulas on your own only. Okay, now what we have other, we have the intersection of planes. Okay, okay, so we have been given two planes here and you have to find out the intersection of planes. So how you will form the intersection of planes? Intersection of two planes, for example, okay, if I'll tell you this, you will not be able to understand this very clearly. I'll tell you in the question only, in the last. Okay, I'll tell you firstly about the angle between lines. I've already told you angle between line and plane. Okay, let me tell you about the line and plane. So what it is given, the line that is given as x minus x1, you already know this, x minus x1 upon a, y minus y1 upon b is equals to z minus z1 upon c. Okay, and the plane is given to be a1 x plus b, a2x plus b, this is a1 b1 c1, a2x plus b2y plus c2z is equals to d. Okay, angle between line and plane. So how is it formed? It is said as sine theta is equals to a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 upon what you will divide with? We'll divide it with the magnitude, that is a1 square plus b1 square plus c1 square under root a2 square plus b2 square plus c2 square. How we did this? How we did this? Why is it sine theta here? Why is it said to be sine theta? So let me tell you, angle between line and plane is something opposite to the normal trend. So what it is said is, for example, we have the plane, we have the intersection, that is, suppose this is the intersection, okay, and this is the angle that is forming with the x-axis. Okay, this is the angle, but we want this angle. Okay, this angle. So this angle, how do we find it? We find it by 90 minus alpha. Okay, so when we take cos of 90 minus alpha, it will become sine alpha. So that is why here when you have to find out the angle, we are finding out sine theta value. It becomes sine theta here. It becomes, for theta we need to do sine inversing. Why? Because we have to take the 90 minus angle of that. Okay, this is the point, this is the point. So just remember how you will memorize it. Angle between line and plane, opposite. Angle between line and plane, just do the opposite of the normal trend, that is, you need to always find the cos theta, but here you will need to find the sine theta. Why? Because it forms cos 90 minus theta, and cos 90 minus theta becomes sine theta. Is it clear? Cos 90 minus theta, that becomes sine theta. That is why in line and plane you will always write sine theta here. Okay, now one thing more and then I'll tell you the steps of the most commonly asked question in your boards even. So we have perpendicular distance. This is a simple perpendicular distance from a point x1 y1 z1 to the plane And 3D geometry is so scoring, guys. You can score it very well. You can score full marks in that. So I suggest that you need to remember everything, and just, it just takes so much less time. So why to just waste it, and why to just leave this topic when it takes less time, and you can just you know the probability of you scoring full marks in your 3D geometry question is very high. So why to just leave it? So we have ax plus by plus cz plus d is equals to 0 here. We have to find the perpendicular distance. Simple thing. Substitute this point in this plane, that is a x1 plus b y1 plus c z1 plus d, and divided by the magnitude, that is going to be under root a1 square plus b1 square plus c1 square. Okay, so this is not a1 given, this is abc only given. We have a and under root a square plus b square plus c square. Okay, so this is how you can find the perpendicular distance from a point to a plane. Just substitute that point in that plane and make it to the unit vector, and you will get the perpendicular distance. Okay, now how you will find the perpendicular distance between planes? It was the distance between a point and a plane. Now you will find out the perpendicular distance between the plane d1 and plane d2. Okay, we have been given two planes, and you have to find out the distance between those two planes. So how you will find out? You have been given the plane as a x plus b y plus c z is equals to d1. We have been given a x plus b y plus c z is equals to d2. Okay, so how you will find out the perpendicular distance? You will find out by d1 minus d2 upon under root a square plus b square plus c square. This is how you will find out the perpendicular distance between the planes. You have been given two planes, and you have to find out the distance between those two planes. So this is how you will find. You'll just subtract the d1 minus d2, and you will get the magnitude divided by unit vector. Now, this is the most commonly as that we have been given the perpendicular point. So you have been given a point, and you have to find the foot of perpendicular on that plane, on that line. You can find out the image of that point. Same thing, you have to find out the foot of perpendicular, and then you can just consider it the foot of perpendicular as a midpoint, and you can find the image. So what is the major concern? That is the finding out the foot of perpendicular. So how you will find out the foot of perpendicular? I'll just write the steps. The step one is, guys, you have to find out you have to find out the general point on the line first. Okay, firstly you have to find out the general point on the line, then you have to find out the, but you see, for example, you have been given this point, this point is given, you have find out this point. This is the generalized point. Now this is given as x1 y1 z1, this is given as x2 y2 and z2. Okay, and you have to find out the drs. Okay, because drs you can calculate it by getting the difference between those points. So we will get the drs by subtracting those points. So subtracting those points, you have to find out the dr. That's it. That is the step 2. And how you will get it? You will get it by x2 minus x1 comma y2 minus y1 comma z2 minus z1. This is going to be the dr of the point of the line that is joining. Okay, that is joining that point. Now you have find out the line. Now what you know it? You know that the dot product of drs obtained in step 2, this is we are talking about this thing, obtained in step 2 is going to be 0. Okay, so dot product of drs obtained in step 2 and the dot product of this line, this is the drs of this line, and the line given is going to be 0. Now what is going to be the step 4? The step 4 is going to be the substitute the value lambda value in general point, because from the dot product you will get the value of lambda, and then when you know the value of lambda you can just substitute in the generalized point, and then you can get the value of lambda, and you have been good to go. You got the point, and now you can solve the questions. Okay, so Okay, so we have substitute, we know the lambda value. Guys, there should be no disturbance in the class, so kindly just ensure the discipline of our class. So when I've been studying, then when I'm teaching you guys, so you just need to pay attention. You need to make the notes, you need to do the questions, and you can ask me the doubts as well. Okay, but I cannot do it like that. I hope you understand. So we know that we can just substitute the lambda value in general point. Okay, these are the four steps, and this is how you can find the foot of perpendicular. Hello, कैसे हो आप? I'm good. Thank you. Okay, so we can find out the step to find the foot of the perpendicular. And what is now left? The thing that is left is question. Okay, so quickly we will do some question. This is the JEE question. Okay, this is the past year JEE question, and we can do this question in a very short time. So we have been given the shortest distance between the lines. Two lines are given. Okay, and you have to find the shortest distance, and this is the question of 2020 mains. Okay, this is the question of 2020 mains. Now you can get the shortest distance between those lines by getting that vector, that assuming this vector as 3i minus j plus 2k. Okay, sorry, it's not plus 2k, it's plus k. Okay, so you got the vector p, that is 3i minus j plus k, and assuming the vector q, that is minus 3i plus 2j plus 4k. Okay, so you got the vector that is 3i minus j plus k, actually it's 3. Okay, so 3i plus 2j plus 4k. Now what you can get, the shortest distance between the lines. Shortest distance between the lines is the perpendicular distance. Okay, and you can get the lines, that is p cross q. So how you will do it? You will do it by I, j, k, and you will get, that is 3 minus 1, 1. You have here is minus 3, 2, 4, and you can get the value that is going to be, what is going to come? That is minus 6i minus 15j plus 3k. Okay, this is actually 3 here. This question is wrong in that sense. We have 3 here, and then we can calculate p cross q. That is going to be the cross product, and by the cross product, you can uh, our office is in Delhi, and we are right now going in online mode. So this is like my hobby, teach you guys maths. So I hope you are enjoying the session. So here we have p cross q. The p cross q is calculated like this. We can just get the drs and we can write it in the cross product, and you can get the value of our vector. Now, what is the shortest distance from? What is the shortest distance formula? The shortest distance formula is basically AB. We got the dot product from that because we are talking about the perpendicular distance, and we have calculated the cross product. We can do it like P cross Q upon mod of P cross Q. Okay, so you can get the shortest distance formula, that is AB dot P cross Q. P cross Q we have already formed, and this is the AB vector. We can get the AB vector, and we can do the dot product, simple thing. Dot product is simply, and now we just have to divide it by the magnitude of P cross Q, that is this vector. So firstly we'll calculate the unit vector. We can just do it by dividing it by the magnitude, and you will get the unit vector of P cross Q. And what you're going to do, you're going to do is the dot product from another vector. Now let us do another question, that is saying to be, this is the foot of perpendicular done. Okay, so this is just the demonstration of how I have teach you the steps to for get the value of foot of perpendicular. So for that we will do this question, and I hope you will be able to do this question on your own. So we have been given, this is the foot of perpendicular drawn from point this, and if the line is passing through, then the value of alpha is. Now since PQ is the perpendicular drawn to L, because this is given that this is the line and this is the simple, let's just assume this is the point P. Okay, and this is the line. So it is given is a foot of perpendicular drawn from point P. P is 1 comma 0 comma 3, and we have been given the line L that is passing through point alpha comma 7 comma 1. This is the point that is passing through the line alpha comma 7 comma 1, and now we have been given the point that is Q. So we have point Q, and that is 5 comma 3 comma 7 comma 3 7 by 3 comma 17 by 3. Okay, so we have been given these 3 points, and then we have to find out the value of alpha. So simple thing, first thing we can do is, firstly we can calculate the dr of this line, and then we can do it with the cross product of that. But we will do it like this. We will do, what you're going to do is, simple thing, firstly calculate this and this dr. We have been given 2 points, so you can calculate the dr of this line. So dr of this line, that is coming out to be 1 minus 5 by 3. Okay, and then we have uh, 1 minus 5 by 3. Then we have 0 comma minus 7 by 3, so we got minus 7 by 3. Then we have 3 minus 17 by 3, so we got the dr of this line. Now when we will do the dr of this line into dr of that line dot product, then you will get the value equal to 0. So what you're going to do is you're going to do the dot product. You got the 1 minus 5 by 3 dr, that is coming out to be 1 minus 5 by 3 comma alpha minus 5 by 3. How you are doing this? You are doing by this dr alpha 7 comma 1, and then you are calculating the dr from this point. Okay, we have alpha minus 5 by 3 plus minus 7 by 3, 7 minus 7 by 3 plus 3 minus 17 by 3, 1 minus 17 by 3, and this is how you can calculate. This is how you are doing this thing. We are just doing the dot product of this line. This is going to be equal to 0, and then you can find out the alpha. The only value that is unknown is alpha, so we can find out the value of alpha, that is equals to 4. So what we have done, we have found out the direction ratios of the perpendicular, and then we have to find out the direction of the lines. We have been given the 3 points, so simple thing, it was not needed to do anything else. It was a simple question. All we need to do to find the drs, and then we have to do the dot product of the dr, and then we can get the value that is equal to 0. Simple thing. I hope it was not too fast for you all to understand whatever I have told you in the perpendicular distance form. It was not needed to be complete in the whole step form, because the point were already given, and you know that dr of perpendicular lines is going to be the dot product of the drs of perpendicular line is going to be equal to 0, as I've told you before only. We just did that. Now let's just move forward. So this was it for today, guys. Now let me tell you briefly about our course. So obviously our course is going to be full for your mains and as well as advanced. Firstly, we'll cover your mains and then we'll go to the advanced. So the students can get our course. You can get the access from our website online, and when also from our Telegram channel. We have 90 plus classes. We have very convenient educational platform. Obviously, talking about convenience, you are studying from online mode and we are teaching you from here. There's nothing to be done from you, and you are just getting the education like that only. So it's a very convenient educational platform. And talking about the syllabus, many people have been, they have very doubts about this syllabus. They are not able to design their syllabus. It's not about to schedule their timetable. So we have JEE experts who design a syllabus, who will tell you that okay, these chapters you're going to study first, and this is how you can cover the syllabus in this much time. So according to your thing, we can just schedule it up. Obviously, we follow the flipped classroom method, and across that we have this doubt solving practice. Even in the live also, whenever you can ask the question, ma'am, please repeat it, I can just do it like that. You can call me Krishvi, ma'am, the anything you like. Okay, so we have this amazing doubt solving practice. We have your doubt support also, so whenever you have any doubt, you can just ping us and you can just let us know. Talking about flipped classroom method, let me just tell you about it, what it is. It is basically theory, study material, webinar, homework test. So this is a 5-step process, and this is followed in many high rated universities starting from Harvard to IIT Delhi. Firstly, what you do, I'll give you the theory, I'll give you the study material. Okay, you read it, you study it, then you attend the webinar, then you attend the webinar, and then you get to know about that topic. After that webinar, you will do the homework, and then you will do the homework check. So after doing the homework, you will get to know that whatever you have perceived, was it been productive. So for that productive analysis, you will do the homework check. We also give you the homework video, so you can do that. After seeing that, you can do the questions again, and then you can calculate what has been your efficiency and how productive you have been, and is this chapter being completely understood by you. So this is how this flipped classroom method is being followed. This is a 5-step method. Talking about the plans, we have 3 plans: light, smart, profession. Professionals for the one who has done the mains and they want additional level. Smart one can go with majority of the people can go with smart. We have this mock test practice also. The only thing that has been missing in light is the mock test. Obviously, mock test is very important. Now, talking about the special price for 1 month, we have this 299 rupees going on in exchange of 3300. You can apply my code and you can get flat 30% discount. Okay, get yourself flat 30% discount, and you can just apply this code JEE Math 30. By applying this code, when you will buy the course, you will you will somebody saying my enemy will take your course. Okay, so we have this amazing coupon code. You can just apply this code and get yourself flat 30% discount, guys. I'll be waiting for you, and just let me know that yes ma'am, I'll buy this code. You can just let me know on the Telegram group as well as in the comment section on the next video. So see you soon, guys. For any such updates, scan the code, get yourself added to our Telegram channel, and I hope you have subscribed our channel. So for any such further update, you can just keep the bell icon on. You can just tap on it, and we will notify you. We'll tell you about the live sessions as well as the posted videos as well. We post short videos as well as long videos as well as one short videos. whatever we can do for your convenience. So we are doing it, and I hope you are also enjoying with us. So thank you for hanging in. Take care. Bye bye.